back to that.
Let's go a little deeper while we have you guys on the hook.
That's fine.
What would make you propose? What made you propose to her and not the 5 or 6 exes before her? Let's start with Cook. Oh, because Cook had,
Well,
hold on. This man cold. Let him speak.
yes, I'm gonna let him tell his story.
I mean,
what made you propose to her?
You do know I'm writing a book, and my book is basically a journey on why and how I proposed to my wife and why I didn't pick that other girl and that other girl and that other girl.
And what's the name of the book?
The name of the book is No Coincidence You're Single. And basically,
Sorry, say that again.
no
It's
coincidence,
no coincidence that you
single.
single.
Oh, I thought you said no intercourse until you.
No coincidence you're single. But basically, the reason why I proposed to my wife is because I got to the point where just ordinary wasn't good enough for me. She went to another level in making me want to spend the rest of my life with her and commit to her, and knowing that I couldn't do anything else without her in my life. And she is a black woman. Matter of fact, she can breathe quick, sister. Okay. No pun intended.
But the bear, the sweet of the juice,
absolutely.
But
But I got to the point in my life as a male, as a single male, as a super single male, as Shawn said, that meeting women, having sex, that whole run-of-the-mill thing just wasn't enough for me. So I had to go higher.
So
That's good.
commitment was a challenge to you.
Well, I mean, if you want to go commitment was a challenge, I was always committed to myself, and I was always winning, and I was always, I never looked beyond myself. Okay. And at the end of the day, I wanted to find somebody who I felt like if I got paralyzed in an accident, she would, wipe my backside if I needed her.
Absolutely.
And I feel like I found that in my wife.
James.
So that's where I'm at now.
Alrighty. So let's take the converse, Dap Giver. You are self-titled super single.
Yes, ma'am.
What would it take? What would the woman have to impress you with to get to that level of thinking of proposing?
Well, we have to understand when you're talking about an African American man, one of the things I gotta understand is that we're not just motivated by sex.
Surely not.
Absolutely not.
We're not just motivated by looks. Now there is some motivation. Remember, I said not only.
It's a lot, though. It's a lot. It's not just
There's some motivation there, but not only. But once you get past that, there needs to be, and I don't really want to get too deep with you guys, but I really just feel like mindset has a lot to do with it. When you get to the point where we're talking about why you make the decisions that you make, that's when the difference between ordinary and extraordinary. That's the fact. I think that's the difference. You have to get to know me, and not just know where I work, not know what kind of food I like. You have to get to know me. When you define the word know, when you look at the word know and you study what that word means to be so wrapped up and involved with a thing that you actually become part of it. So get to know me now. When I'm out there scrambling to make my business, successful, you'll understand not to nag me about these other things. But you have to know me.
Makes sense.
Chevy, did you want to jump in?
Man, all things.
Yeah.
My question was, I hear what you're saying, but I feel like the question isn't being answered.
Okay.
What is it? Is it that we aren't being proposed to, or is it that men are proposing to women that are not black?
No, it's not. Let me try.
The percentages say 6% of you are not married to us.
Well, it's not even. Cook if you don't mind.
Absolutely not.
And actually using my own circumstance.
Okay.
One thing that I could say about various women that I've dated, former marriage. One thing that I was impressed with my wife in particular, with her being of any form of, on the ethnic background with us, she sat me down one day after 5 years of us dating each other, and she said to me, now, and that was the concrete difference between anybody else I ever dated, slept with, hung with, and she said, what is it that you want in particular? And I actually told my wife at that time, listen, I don't have any great examples around me of marriage. I'm not jumping my gun to marry anybody, inclusive of you. I said it just like that. She didn't panic, she didn't flinch. She said, it bothers me. I personally think it was absolutely disrespectful all this time I rode with you these 5 years. But you know what? What I will ask in transition to that situation with you is, if you're not ready right now at all, if you're not going to be ready at all, at least be a man to tell me right now that you're not going to deal with this situation with me and let me move on with my life. That put me at a crossroads of something serious. So she said, I need a timeline from you of understanding. If I can't get it, just tell me so I can walk away. That was one of the most fearful circumstances for me. And I said, at least, if nothing else for me, I do need this honestly for me, this next year and a half. She said, so you just need this next year and a half. I said, for me, I need this next year. And it wasn't because I wanted to go out there and deal with other folk and all of that. I really wanted to come to an understanding, and gentlemen, y'all get what I'm saying on it. I really wanted to kind of honestly bring myself to a drawbridge of myself, my personality, what I wanted and what I needed in a relationship with me. So I wasn't gonna get rid of it at all. Not especially with her drawing that line. All that black woman wants in a case just like any other woman. It has nothing to do with race, man. Draw your line of understanding. When she gave me a line of understanding, I took it on. If I don't take it on, black woman, any nationality, I'll tell y'all right now, you don't draw a line of understanding with a man, you will carry it on every year thereafter. She don't draw that with me, I'm with her as her boyfriend for the next 10, 15, 20
Let me back that up.
That's good.